Can you believe these images were created by a computer in seconds just from a text description? In this video, I'll show you how to make amazing art like this using AI, even if you have zero drawing skills. Sound cool? Let's do it! Hi everyone! Welcome to this Midjourney tutorial for beginners! I'm going to walk you through how to use Midjourney, an AI that turns your imagination into art. We'll start from scratch, setting up your account, writing your first prompt, and generating your first image. No prior experience needed. I know it can feel a bit intimidating at first, but don't worry, we'll go step by step and have some fun along the way. By the end of this video, you'll be able to create your own AI artwork like a pro, or at least like someone who knows what they're doing. Let's get started! First off, what is Midjourney? In simple terms, it's an online service, actually a research lab, that uses artificial intelligence to generate images from text descriptions. Think of it as an art robot. You type in what you want to see and it paints it for you digitally. The results can be really impressive. From realistic portraits to wild fantasy landscapes. The best part? You don't need any artistic talent to use Midjourney. If you can describe something, you can probably make a picture of it. It can even mimic all sorts of art styles. Want a photorealistic image? A painting that looks like Van Gogh did it? Or a cute Pixar-style cartoon? Just tell Midjourney in the prompt and it will try its best. It's basically like having a magic art machine at your fingertips. Now, Midjourney isn't perfect. For example, it sometimes struggles with drawing human hands correctly. AI apparently think we have like 7 fingers sometimes. So if you get some funky looking fingers in your images, you're not alone. That's an AI quirk. But overall, it's an amazing tool that keeps getting better. In fact, at the time of this video, Midjourney is on its version 7, which is even more precise and powerful than earlier versions. Alright, so how do you use it? Let's get you set up. Midjourney works a little differently than a typical app. It actually runs through a platform called Discord. Discord is a chat application popular with gamers and creative communities, and Midjourney chose it because a chatbot interface makes it super easy to send text prompts and instantly get images back. Plus, everyone can see and learn from what others create in the shared channels. Don't worry if you have never used Discord. You won't need to dive into random chat rooms. You'll mostly be typing Imagine prompts to the Midjourney bot in a dedicated channel. We'll be using Midjourney's newer web interface, which still connects through your Discord account behind the scenes. If you don't have a Discord account yet, no worries, just head over to discord.com, click on Login. On the next screen, click on Register, fill in your details, and create an account. You don't need to install anything unless you want to. It works perfectly fine right from your browser. Let's set up! More creativity! Woohoo! Now, join Midjourney. Go to midjourney.com and click on Login. This will ask you to log in with your Discord account and authorize Midjourney. Once that's done, you're officially in. After logging in, you might see Midjourney's homepage with some example images and a prompt box. Midjourney now has a web interface that's super easy for beginners. You can use it to enter prompts and get images without memorizing any weird commands. It used to be only via Discord chat, but the new web UI makes life easier. One important note: Midjourney is a paid service. They don't really offer a free use option on the web or Discord as of now. So to actually generate your own images, you'll need to subscribe to a plan. The basic plan costs about $10 per month and gives you plenty of generation, roughly 200 images a month under the fast setting, which is more than enough to play around with as a beginner. There might be a limited free trial on the mobile app, but for this tutorial we're using the desktop web version, so I do recommend that basic subscription so you can follow along. Once you've subscribed, you'll have full access. If you're using the web interface, everything happens right there on midjourney.com after you log in. If you prefer Discord, you can also go to the official Midjourney Discord server, the link is on the site, and generate images by typing commands in one of the newbie channels. But here I'll mostly show the web UI method since it's straightforward. Alright, time to make our very first picture. Once you're on the Midjourney website and logged in, look at the left-hand sidebar and click Create. It sits right under Explore. You land on a page with a big prompt bar across the top that says something like, "What will you imagine?" That's our canvas. Enter a prompt. A prompt is just a sentence describing what you'd like to see. Let's keep it super simple for our first test. I'll type a cute puppy playing in a field of flowers. Now hit enter or click the little paper plane icon on the right. Midjourney will start working its magic. You'll see a mini progress animation, and in about 10-20 seconds a grid of 4 images pops in. If it's working, just a little bit more. All right. Et voila! 4 different adorable puppies romping through flowers. Not bad for a single sentence, right? Once your image grid is ready, take a look underneath each picture. You'll see some handy buttons like V-Subtle, V-Strong, and even Animate. V-Subtle give you a few gentle variations of that image, kinda like saying, "I like this one, just give me a few soft tweaks." V-Strong does the same thing, but with bolder changes, more like "surprise me," but stay in the ballpark. The Animate button, that's the one that turns your image into a super cool mini animation. In older versions, these were labeled U1, V1, and so on, but Midjourney keeps evolving and now gives you clearer options. So if you love one of the pups but want to see more like it, just hit V-Subtle or V-Strong and let the creativity keep flowing. Now I have a big clear image of a puppy in a flower field. If I want to save it, I can open it. On the web you can click it. On Discord you would click the image and then open original. And then just click on the download image button to download it. Yeah, first artwork saved. This is so cool. I literally just wrote a sentence and now I have a pretty picture that matches it. It feels a bit like magic, not gonna lie. Now let's check the creation actions options. We have Vary. Vary generates 4 new takes on that image, like give me 4 similar but different. Upscale. Upscale enlarges one image to full details. Use Subtle for a clean upscale or Creative to add extra detail. We have more options here. Pan or zoom extends the scene outwards or zoom into a portion without reprompting. Remix. Remix reopen the prompt box with the current image as a seed so you can rewrite or add to the prompt and see a fresh spin. Return. Re-roll the entire prompt from scratch for a brand new grid. Use. Image, style, or prompt. Recycle the current image, its color palette, or the exact prompt in a new creation. Try a quick vary if you like the vibe but want options, or eat remix to fine-tune the wording. Play around. Half the magic of Midjourney is experimenting until something makes you say, wow. Now that you know how to generate images, let's talk about how to get the best results with Midjourney. The art of it is really in writing a good prompt. Remember, the AI only knows what you tell it, so the more clear and descriptive you are, generally the better the image matches your vision. Here are a few quick tips for crafting prompts. Be specific. Include details that matter. For example, instead of just saying an old house, say a spooky old Victorian house at night lit by a full moon. Specifics about setting, mood, lighting, color, and so on can guide the AI to a more unique image. Compare old-fashioned town to a steampunk cityscape at dusk with airships in the sky. The second one will give a much more vivid, interesting result. Mention art styles or mediums. You can ask for a style like digital painting, watercolor illustration, photorealistic photo, Pixar style 3D render, and so on. Midjourney knows many art styles, and applying one can drastically change the look. For example, portrait of a warrior in the style of a comic book illustration versus in the style of a Renaissance oil painting will come out totally different. This is great for creativity. Include adjectives for mood or atmosphere. Adjectives are your friend. Words like mysterious, vibrant, gloomy, futuristic, cute, dramatic lighting, and so on help set the tone. A castle is okay, but a mysterious glowing castle hidden in a dark forest, cinematic lighting gives a stronger vibe. Midjourney can pick up on those cues and make the image match the mood. Use commas or periods to separate ideas. A prompt can be a run-on description. Using commas to list aspects helps. For instance, a medieval marketplace busy with villagers, high detail, bright sunlight, double dash AR 16 by 9. That last part, double dash AR 16 by 9, is an example for an aspect ratio parameter if you want a widescreen image. In the web UI, you might have a slider or a drop-down for aspect ratio, but in text prompts on Discord, you'd add double dash AR 16 by 9 for a 16 by 9 image. As a beginner, you don't need to use many parameters, but it's good to know you can specify things like aspect ratio, quality, and so on with those double dash keywords. Iterate and refine. Don't worry if you don't get the perfect image on the first try. AI art is a bit of trial and error. You can take an image you got, describe it differently, or add a new detail and try again. Midjourney also has a remix mode where you can slightly change the prompt when making variation, but that's optional and a bit beyond basics. The key point is experiment and have fun. Sometimes a wild prompt that you think is super detailed will produce unexpected results. That's part of the creative process here. And sometimes a simple prompt gives a surprisingly perfect image. So play around and see what works for you. Before we wrap up, here are a couple more things to know as you get started. Community feed. On midjourney.com, there is a community gallery or a feed of images other people are making. It's a great place to get inspiration for what's possible. You can also click on one of those images to see what prompt was used. Super useful for learning prompt techniques. Keep in mind, everyone can see your public creations too. Midjourney is by default public. So if you make something, say, weird or personal, Just remember it might show up in the public gallery. Only higher tier paid accounts have a private mode. For beginners, I wouldn't worry. Just something to be aware of. Content rules. Midjourney has some content restrictions like no SFW, not safe for work, or gore and such, and its filters will block certain prompts. This is just so you know why a prompt might not work if you ever try something outside their rules. Generally, stick to the PG-13 content and you're fine. Versions and models. Midjourney updates its algorithms over time, hence version V5, V6, V7, and so on. By default, you'll be using the latest and best version, V7 as of mid-2025. There are sometimes alternate models, like Niche mode for anime-style images or a raw model for less stylized output. For now, don't worry about switching models. The default standard model is great for most users. Just know how these options exist as you become more advanced. Okay, that covers the basics and some tips to get you started. Alright, you made it to the end of this beginner's guide. Awesome job. By now you should know how to set up Midjourney, write a prompt, and generate your own AI artwork. It's exciting, right? You can literally create anything you imagine within reason, just by describing it. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the video reach more people. And if you want to see more fun and easy tech tutorials, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm planning to cover more cool AI tools and maybe even do an advanced Midjourney tutorial with pro tips in the future. So stay tuned for that.